morning, Ms. Lochner.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Poston. Ms. Lochner, you're here on the Ortiz case?
Yes, that's right.
Thank you.
Given that the AG is present, the state's going to ask that anything it wrote on Ortiz be withdrawn.
Okay, no problem. Good morning, Mr. Davis.
Good morning, Your Honor. It appears we have one Spanish speaker this morning, maybe 8th or 9th on the list, Mr. Arballo.
Yes, we asked to see him first.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'll stand by.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning.
So I am understanding we'd like to see the Spanish matter first.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, good morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Buenos días, señor. Deme su nombre completo, por favor.
Jorge Luis Arballo.
Jorge Luis Arballo.
Thank you, Ms. Arballo. This is the time set for your initial appearance.
Buenos días, señor Carballo. Gracias. Esta es la audiencia pactada para su comparecencia inicial.
I'm seeing you today for a new felony charge for possession of narcotic drugs for sale.
Lo estoy viendo esta mañana por acusaciones nuevas de tenencia de droga narcótica para la venta.
I also see that
Estos
you,
delitos
sorry, I also see that you have a hold for violating federal probation at this time.
y también noto que existe un orden de detención en contra suya del sistema federal por haber contravenido condiciones de libertad condicional.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Tiene usted derecho de guardar silencio, cualquier cosa que diga podrá y será usada en contra suya.
You have the right to hire your own attorney.
Tiene derecho a contratar su propio abogado.
I'm going to appoint Paul Gatone.
Voy a designar al abogado de oficio que habla español, Paul Gatón, para que lo represente.
I'll be setting release conditions for you, sir, for this new arrest.
Voy a imponerle condiciones de libertad provisional para esta orden de arresto nueva.
I have reviewed the pretrial services report and the interim complaint.
He revisado el informe que se preparó por la Agencia de los Servicios previos al juicio, más la querella inicial.
Mr. Poston, the state's written recommendation appears to be a $50,000 bond, but I do see that Mr. Arvayo is on pretrial services release.
Señor Poston, veo que usted recomienda por escrito una fianza. Was that 5-0 or 1-5 bond, Your Honor, please?
Ivo?
Una fianza de $50,000 como fianza, pero también veo que por lo pronto el señor Arvayo está siendo supervisado por la Agencia de Servicios previos al juicio, Pretrial Services.
Sí, es.
Forgive me, Your Honor. Forgive me, Your Honor. I misread that as being on warrant. It would appear, yes, he is on release. Go ahead.
Lo que dice el señor Poston es que me disculpo, señora, malentendí lo que había leído. Pensé que eran las condiciones de la orden de arresto, pero sí, de hecho, está siendo supervisado por la Agencia de Servicios previos al juicio.
Therefore, pursuant to the Arizona Constitution, the state moves for an order holding the defendant without bond.
Entonces, conforme a la Constitución del Estado de Arizona y las órdenes de detenciones provisionales después del arresto, se ordena que se siga detenido sin fianza.
All right, thank you. Mr. Burke?
Ahora, señor,
Yes,
Go ahead, Mr. Burke.
sorry. Yeah, yes, Your Honor. If the state's going no bond, they do have to prove certain things and have a hearing for that. So I suppose if that's the direction they want to go, they need to set it for a hearing.
Bueno, señora juez, defensor, en vista de que la Fiscalía está determinando que es procedente detenerle sin fianza, es necesario que ellos constaten ciertas circunstancias para obligar eso. Entonces depende de ellos que programen una audiencia de no fianza, y si van a proceder de esa manera, ya esperaremos que se pacte tal audiencia. Go ahead.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Arvayo, the Arizona Constitution says that when someone is pending felony charges and they get arrested on new felony charges, the state can request a no bond hearing.
Señor Arvayo, la Constitución del Estado de Arizona dicta que si una persona tiene pendiente acusaciones por delitos graves y comete un delito adicional, se puede exigir por parte de la Fiscalía que se le detenga sin fianza.
So it's not automatic. They do have to do the hearing and prove it up, have a witness testify as to the requirements.
Pero no es cosa automática, es necesario programar una audiencia para que presenten testigos ellos para constatar esos datos para afirmar la orden de no fianza con una audiencia especial.
So I will schedule a no bond hearing for you, sir, August 4th. That's Monday at 2:30 p.m. at the Superior Court.
Entonces lo que haré, señor, es pactar una audiencia de no fianza. Eso será el día lunes, agosto 4, en el Tribunal Superior a las 2:30 por la tarde.
At that point, the state will either pursue the no bond hearing or they will argue for bond.
Entonces, en esa audiencia, la Fiscalía del Estado tendrá dos opciones de seguir adelante con la petición de no fianza o pedir que se establezca fianza a la cantidad determinada.
Any questions, sir?
¿Alguna pregunta suya, señor?
Pues al tener la violación de probación federal, no me soltarían ellos con la aprobación federal. no,
So if there is a matter pending and the interpreter may have misunderstood thinking there was a violation hearing in the federal jurisdiction, Your Honor, if it's new charges pending. But he's saying if there is a hold for me in the federal system, is it not possible for me to be turned over to their jurisdiction or to their custody from here?
Yeah, so they can request a writ to take you into their custody, or they may wait until you're done with the local county charges. It's up to them.
Sí, señor. Es posible que ellos soliciten una orden de auto de habeas corpus para que pase usted a la jurisdicción de ellos, o bien podrían esperar a que se resuelva el asunto que tenga pendiente aquí en esta jurisdicción antes de pasar a manos de ellos finalmente.
bueno,
Okay, that's fine.
You'll see a judge next Monday, sir.
muchas
Pues
gracias.
bien, señor, ya veremos el próximo lunes, señor.
Muchas gracias, Su Señoría.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr.
And Your
Davis.
Honor, may the accused,
Yes, thank you. Have a good day, sir.
you do the same.
I'm sorry. Sounds well. Dave, where are they going to next?
Going to Alex Martinez, right? Yeah. Dollar. Yeah. Looks like you have a hold on it.
Alex Martinez, Smith.
Yeah. Can you get it?
All right, good morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Alex Martinez Diego.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez. This is the time set for initial appearance. I'm seeing you for a post-indictment matter, CR 2025-2685 out of Pima County Superior Court. The charges are for burglary in the second degree, aggravated domestic violence, 2 counts of aggravated harassment domestic violence, and a misdemeanor disorderly conduct. It also looks like you have a probation violation hold at this time from Pima County Superior Court. I'm not seeing you on that today, sir, but you'll be seen hopefully by the end of this week, if not early next week, by Superior Court judge on that. All right, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you on these new charges. Then you have an attorney seated next to you for purpose of today. I will be setting release conditions for you, sir, on this new charge. I have reviewed the pretrial services report. The warrant amount on this was $10,000. Looks like you failed to show for initial appearance arraignment. I did note in Agave that the summons was returned mail, so it looks like you never received the summons. The state's written recommendation is a $10,000 bond, the amount on the warrant. Mr. Poston, does the state want to be heard further?
No, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Burke?
Yes, Your Honor. As you noted, the summons never got to Mr. Martinez for him to show up. Seeing that he does have a probation violation hold, we would ask for a minimal bond set, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Martinez, I'm going to set a bond of $1,000 on this case, cash or secured, released to pretrial services if that bond is posted. If you are released to pretrial services and your probation hold lifts, no drugs, no alcohol, no acts of domestic violence, no weapons, any monitoring treatment is directed by pretrial, no contact with the alleged victim. Next court date will be an arraignment next Wednesday, August 6th at 1:30 p.m. at the Superior Court. If you fail to appear for court, sir, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Do you understand all that, Mr. Martinez?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. You're excused for today.
If I never got the mail, how do you have a warrant out for my arrest?
So when you don't show up, they put out. But you'll see a lawyer for your probation violation, probably 90% for this. So you could talk to them.
A month?
All right, good morning, ma'am. Can I get your full name, please?
Anairam Salmon.
Middle name, Diana?
Yes.
All right, thank you, Ms. Salmon. This is the time set for initial appearance. I'm seeing you out of Pima County Justice Court for a new misdemeanor charge of disorderly conduct. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. In certain instances, if you cannot afford one may be appointed for you. All right. So, ma'am, I am going to release you on your own promise to appear for your next court date. That's just a fancy way of saying you are getting out of jail today, assuming you have nothing else holding you in. No contact with the alleged victim. Looks like it's your neighbor, Ben Wintermore. Don't contact your neighbor. Don't talk to him. Your next court date, ma'am, is going to be August 11th at 8:30 a.m. at the Pima County Justice Court downtown. When you get released from jail this morning, you'll get a sheet of paper with all the information. There'll also be a phone number and address on there. If you can't make that date, ma'am, for whatever reason, you call that number to reschedule. If you don't call them in advance, you don't show up, a warrant can issue for your arrest. You understand all that, Ms. Salmon?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, ma'am. You're excused for today.
Ma'am?
All right, good morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Christian Clemens.
Thank you. Sir, this is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you out of Tucson City Court. You have some failures to appear for failing to comply with some matters where it looks like you were doing diversion and there was a petition to revoke pending. And then also you have some new charges, sir, for disorderly conduct, assault, four more additional counts of disorderly conduct, and a matter that hasn't been adjudicated yet that's also for disorderly conduct. These are all misdemeanors. They're all from City Court. All right, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. I'm going to appoint the Tucson City Public Defender's Office to represent you. And sir, because there have been failures to appear, at least some of these matters are post-adjudication, I'm going to impose a bond. It'll be $750 for everything in City Court you're facing right now, cash or secured. If you do post that bond or if you're released, do not commit any acts of domestic violence, no contact with any alleged victims, do not return to any incident locations. Your next court date, sir, will be next week, August 7th at 1:45 p.m. at the Tucson City Court with Judge Blue. If you fail to appear for court, sir, a warrant can issue for your arrest. As you can see, trial can go without you. If you're convicted at a trial in your absence but not able to be sentenced within 90 days due to warrant status, you may lose your right to a direct appeal. Do you understand the consequences of failing to show to court, Mr. Clements?
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll enter not guilty pleas on your behalf for the new charges. You're excused for today, sir. You'll see a judge next week.
So I got a question.
Yeah.
So literally the bond is just to hold me, right? That's
Yes.
all it's for, just to hold me.
It's to hold you,
Just
and
so-
also if you do pay it or someone pays it for you, to make sure that you show up, because they could lose it if you don't show up after paying it.
I wish I could barely pay my own rent. I think it was very.
Go first. Are you Howard? Yeah, take your arm next week. Come see you.
All right, good morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
I was just passing by. I was trying to be trespass.
Okay, thank you. Can I get your name, please?
Vivian Howard.
The time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you out of Tucson City Court. You have a failure to appear for criminal trespass, and then you have some new charges served for trespass, paraphernalia, and assault. These are all misdemeanors. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. I'm going to appoint the Tucson City Public Defender's Office to represent you, sir. Looks like you failed to appear for court earlier this year in May. And you got some new charges, sir. So I am going to hold you on a bond. It's going to be $100, cash or secured. If you do post that or if you're released, sir, no drugs, no alcohol. Don't go back to wherever this happened, the Speedway gas station at 3902 East Speedway. You've been trespassed from there, sir. Like I said, I've appointed you an attorney. Your next court date will be next week, August 8th at 1:45 p.m. at the Tucson City Court, sir. If you fail to appear for court, as you can see, warrants can issue for your arrest. Trial can go without you. If you're convicted at a trial in your absence, but not able to be sentenced within 90 days due to warrant status, you may lose your right to a direct appeal. So it's in your best interest to show up to court, sir. You understand all that?
Yeah, so am I being released?
No, I'm going to hold you on a bond because you missed court before.
So that's just a bond, ma'am. I can go back to court. I can go to court. I can change.
All right. Well, you'll see a judge next week about it. You have an attorney. Okay? I'm going to enter not guilty pleas on your behalf, sir.
How long am I gonna stay here?
Well, at least till next week. That's when you'll see a judge.
And then I can be released.
Now, you have a $100 bond. You can post it or have a family member post it for you. It's just $100, cash or secured. It's
What if I
subject
don't
to be
have?
seen by judge next week.
And they'll release me.
You'll see a judge next week, sir. You have an attorney. All right. Thank you. All right. Good morning, ma'am. Can I get your full name, please?
Yes, Tammy Renee Ramsey Price.
Thank you. Sorry, it's Bryce.
No, Price,
Price.
as in, yeah, Price.
Tammy Renee Ramsey Price.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, Ms. Price. This is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today from Tucson City Court on a new misdemeanor charge for criminal trespass. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. In certain instances, if you cannot afford one may be appointed for you. So, ma'am, today I am going to release you on your own promise to appear for your next court date. That's just a fancy way of saying you're getting out of jail today. You don't have to check in with anyone other than making sure you show up to court, of course. Don't have contact with the alleged victim of the trespass. Don't go back there while your case is pending. Your next court date, ma'am, will be August 27th at 9 a.m. When you get released from jail this morning, you'll get a sheet of paper with all the information. Also include a phone number and address for Tucson City Court. If you fail to appear for court, ma'am, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Trial can go without you. Sorry. If you fail to appear for court, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Trial can go without you. If you're convicted at a trial in your absence, but not able to be sentenced within 90 days due to warrant status, you may lose your right to a direct appeal. So it's in your best interest to keep in contact with the court. Make sure you show up to your court dates. You understand all that, Ms. Ramsey Price?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. You're excused for today, ma'am. I'm going to enter not guilty pleas on your behalf.
Thank you.
Go Bell. All the way up, man.
Good morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Gabriel Zobel.
Thank you, Mr. Zobel. This is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you at a Tucson City Court for failure to comply regarding a post-adjudication matter.
Yeah, I think there must be a misunderstanding. I just had a court and had my warrant squashed. I'm not too sure of that.
When did you have your warrant quashed, sir?
Like last week. It wasn't recently.
Okay, the last thing I see in here is that on May 1st, you failed to appear for court and hadn't provided proof of completing DUI screening or counseling or attending a MAD panel.
Yeah. And then I did a so I missed court and then I made another court date and went and got my warrant squashed and then gave me another year of unsupervised probation.
Let me just check one thing. All right, all I see, sir, is the warrant is quashed as of today because you're being seen on it today. I don't see any court dates from last week. The last one is May. That's when the warrant was issued. All right.
Yeah. There must be a misunderstanding because I just was at court. So
Okay, well, you're gonna get a new court date. There should be a paper trail of what's going on. So, all right, you have the right to remain silent, sir. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. I'm gonna appoint the Tucson City Public Defender's Office to represent you, sir. Because of the prior failure to appear, and from what I see, you haven't gone in to quash your warrant. You have to get picked up on it, and it is post adjudication. I will issue a bond of $200 in this case, cash or secured. Set you a new court date for next week, August 8th at 1:45 p.m. You'll see a judge then. Tucson City Public Defender, your attorney will be there. You're able to post that bond, of course, if you're able to. If you are able to post it, just make sure you show up to court the next date, August 8th.
what if I have to fill the paperwork at my house? Maybe I don't know, bring it to the courts and say, hey, I actually did come to squash my warrant already.
Yeah,
Was that
if you're able to do that, or you can have a family member bring it for you if you're still in custody by then,
where would they bring it to? Just
to the courthouse, Tucson City Court, downtown.
all right.
Okay, all right, good luck to you.
You're very quiet. That's what she said.
All right, good morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Hi,
What's your name?
Michael Mega. Michael Mega.
Or Mr. Burke over there?
Yes.
This is shut, Mr.
Yeah, this is a
Oh,
misdemeanor,
I'm
right?
sorry. I was looking at the wrong case. All right. Thank you, Mr. Maga. This is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you out of Pima County Justice Court. Or sorry, for Green Valley Justice Court on a new charge of domestic violence assault. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. In certain instances, if you cannot afford one, one may be appointed for you. All right, so in this case, your mother's okay with you returning home. You can go back there if you want to. You can have continued contact with her. So I am going to release you on your own promise to appear for your next court date. So you're getting out of jail today, sir. Do not commit any acts of domestic violence. All right. You do have a next court date. It's next week, August 7th at 8:30 a.m. at the Green Valley Justice Court. When you get released from jail today, you'll get a sheet of paper with all the information. If you fail to appear for court and you don't call them in advance, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Do you understand all that, Mr. Mega?
Yes, I understand.
All right. Thank you, sir. You're excused for today.
I'm older. I'm older.
Yes.
That's interesting. I can shake them both. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, good morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Alejo Adano Juan.
Thank you, Mr. Omada. This is the time set for initial appearance. I'm seeing today on some new felony charges: possession of dangerous drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia, aggravated assault on a peace officer. You also have a failure to appear at a Tucson City Court for criminal trespass. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney and appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you on your felony matter. And you have an attorney seated next to you for purpose of today. I'll be setting release conditions for you, sir. We'll talk about the felonies first. I have reviewed the pretrial services report and the interim complaint. The state's written recommendation is a $5,000 bond. Mr. Poston, would the state like to be heard further?
Your Honor, given that he's an NBCAS, 6 out of 6 twice over, and the absolute how virulent human bites can be, the state believes this is appropriate. 5,000.
Thank you. Mr. Burke?
Yes, Your Honor, we would ask for release to pretrial services. Mr. Almada's sister verified his residence in Tucson, said that she could provide him transportation, and also she would take third-party custody.
All right, thank you. The court is concerned about the allegations in the interim. Will impose a bond of $2,500 in the felony matter. It will be cash or secured. Released to pretrial services if the bond is posted, sir. If you're released to pretrial, sir, conditions include no drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. Any monitoring treatment is directed by pretrial, and do not initiate contact with any alleged officer victim. Next court date for the felony case will be a preliminary hearing on August 11th at 1:30 p.m. That date may or may not go forward, so please keep in contact with your attorney. If you fail to appear for court, a warrant can issue for your arrest. And on your city court case, sir, it looks like you failed to appear earlier this year, back in March. So I'm going to impose a bond of $50 on that case. It'll be cash or secured. I'm going to appoint you to the Tucson City Public Defender's Office to represent you. If you do post that bond from city court, or if you're released on that case, no contact with the alleged victim of the trespass. Don't go back to wherever that happened. Next court date is next week, August 8th at 1:45 p.m. at Tucson City Court. And again, sir, you're reminded that if you fail to appear for court, warrants can issue for your arrest. You understand all that, Mr. Ahumada?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, what time was that again, the city court?
1:45, August 8th.
Thank you.
All right, you're excused for today, Mr. Ahumada. Thank you.
Yeah.
From the middle, down to the receipt, right here.
First, that brown chip, that's nothing else. You know something?
All right, good morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Jeffrey Lee Cook.
Good morning, Mr. Cook. This is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today for some new felony charges. Which are for discharging a firearm in the city limits, 2 counts, and also endangerment, 2 counts. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say, you have the right to hire your own attorney. I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you, and even an attorney seated next to you for purpose of today. I'll be setting some release conditions for you, sir. I have reviewed the pretrial services report and the interim complaint. The state's written recommendation in this case is a $15,000 bond. Mr. Poston, would the state like to be heard further?
Your Honor, the state considers this the defendant's actions, alleged actions, incredibly reckless and incredibly negligent. The defendant is alleged to have set up a couple of backyard targets in his yard and decided to open fire on them with a 9mm. And based on this lack of safety, apparently 2 stray bullets struck a neighbor's house stray bullets struck a neighbor's house with 2 people living in it. And but for dumb luck, these people weren't harmed or killed. This is incredibly dangerous. 15,000.
Thank you. Mr. Burke?
Yes, we are asking for his release to pretrial services, Your Honor. He has no felony record according to the pretrial services workup, Your Honor. So this is kind of an anomaly here. Also, he has ties to Tucson. He's been living here for 20 years. His driver's license has a 2000 was renewed 2008 with a Tucson address. So he's got lots of ties here. He's got no record before this, so we are asking that he be released to pretrial service.
All right, thank you. The court is concerned about the alleged use of the weapon and also just community safety reasons. Court will impose a bond of $5,000. It will be cash or secured, released to pretrial services if that bond is posted. So if you do post that bond, or if you're released, absolutely no firearms while your case is pending. No drugs, no alcohol while the case is pending. Any monitoring treatment is directed by pretrial. Do not contact the alleged victim, your neighbor. So your next court date will be a preliminary hearing on August 11th at 1:30 p.m. That date may or may not go forward, so please keep in contact with your attorney, the public defender. If he fails to appear for court, whether it's that August 11th date or a future date, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Do you understand all that, Mr. Cook?
Yes, I do.
All right, thank you, sir. Your excuse for today.
I give the paperwork for that. You call myself as a I know you want to be held later to do so. And what's your name? My name's Remember. Absolutely. Okay. So what do I do now? Well, if you can make a bond, out if you should talk to. I have enough bank account, but I don't have a checkbook with me. Okay, you call someone out. If I don't have it, I'll maybe okay. Going out. Duncan? You say that?
Is that? Yep. Or the females.
All right, good morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Keith Dakota Chris Duncan.
Thank you, Mr. Duncan. This is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today on a new felony charge of trafficking in stolen property, which is a felony. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you, and you have an attorney seated next to you for purpose of today. I'll be setting release conditions for you, Mr. Duncan. I have reviewed the pretrial services report and the interim complaint. The state's written recommendation is a $7,500 bond. Mr. Poston, would you like to be heard further?
Your Honor, this person state submits.
All right, thank you. Mr. Burke?
Yes, Your Honor, we are asking for his release. I'm sorry, got some feedback there. We are asking for his release to pretrial services, Your Honor. He has ties to Tucson, been here about 10 years. His driver's license lists Tucson. That was renewed in 2020, Your Honor.
Thank you. The court will release Mr. Duncan to pretrial services. Sir, conditions of your release include you have to keep in contact with pretrial as frequently and often as they want you to. No drugs, no alcohol, no weapons while your case is pending. Do not return to the incident location, alleged incident location on Beeman. Next court date, sir, is going to be a preliminary hearing on August 19th at 1:30 p.m. That date may or may not go forward, so please keep in contact with your attorney, the public defender. If you fail to appear for court, Mr. Duncan, whether it's that date or a future date, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Do you understand all that, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're excused for today. Thank you, Mr. Duncan.
Daniel, you have it?
Oh, yeah.
All right, good morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Daniel Joseph Guerra.
Thank you, Mr. Guerra, and you're a junior?
Yep.
Mr. Guerra, this is the time set for initial appearance. I'm seeing you for some new felony charges: possession of narcotic drugs for sale, possession of dangerous drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia. You also have a number of failures to appear at a Tucson City Court for threatening, intimidating, animal without a license, driving without a license, failure to show a driver's license, driving under the influence, unknowingly displaying a fictitious license plate. It also looks like you have a probation hold at this time from Pima County Superior Court. I'm not seeing you on the probation hold at this time. You'll see a separate judge in Superior Court on that. Just letting you know that that's out there. All right, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you on your new felony charges. And you have an attorney seated next to you for today. I'll be setting release conditions for you, sir. We'll talk about the felonies first. I have reviewed the pretrial services report and the interim complaint. The state's written recommendation is a $7,500 bond. Mr. Poston, would the state like to be heard more?
Your Honor, the defendant was allegedly found in possession of up to 60 M30s, almost 2 grams of meth that tested positive. He has a substantial history of felony convictions: ag assault, robbery, ag robbery, prohibited possession of narcotic drug, and there's the inherent nature of the offense. And it also looks like he does have a failure to appear history. 7,500.
Thank you. Mr. Burke?
Yes, Your Honor. It looks like he does have a hold by the probation department, so we would ask for a low bond so that he receives credit.
All right, thank you. Mr. Guerra, I'm going to impose a bond of $5,000 on your new felony case. It'll be cash or secured, released to pretrial services if your bond is posted. No drugs, no alcohol, any monitoring or treatment directed by pretrial, no weapons. Next court date for the new charges is August 11th for a preliminary hearing at 1:30. That date may or may not go forward, so please keep in contact with your attorney. If you fail to appear for court, a warrant can issue for your arrest. And for your city court charges, sir, some of these date back to 2014. And there have been warrants on that. So I'm going to honor the city court judge's bond amount, which is $2,000. It'll be cash. If you do post that, or if the bond is lifted in city court, no drugs, no alcohol, do not drive without valid driver's license, no contact with any alleged victims, and appoint you an attorney, Tucson City Public Defender's Office. So you have an attorney on your new felony cases as well as for your city court cases. Next court date for Tucson City is August 8th, next week at 1:45 p.m. So you'll see a judge then. Your attorney will be there. As you can see, sir, when you fail to appear for court, warrants can issue for your arrest. Do you understand all that, Mr. Guerra?
Good.
Thank you. You're excused for today, sir.
Javier?
All right, good morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Kyle Ryan Javier.
Thank you, Mr. Javier. This is the time set for initial appearance. I'm seeing you today for some new felony and misdemeanor charges. The felonies are for aggravated assault, domestic violence, aggravated domestic violence. The new misdemeanors out of Tucson City Court are for criminal damage and disorderly conduct. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you, and you have an attorney seated next to you for purpose of today. I'll be setting release conditions for you, sir, separately with the felonies and the misdemeanors. I have reviewed the pretrial services report and the interim complaint. We'll talk about the felonies first. The state's written recommendation is a $35,000 bond. Mr. Poston, would the state like to be heard further?
Your Honor, this individual has an extensive history of DV with the same victim. He's got a history of ag DV. This involves strangulation. The court and the state need not remind the court of the I need to know if there's a hold, and again, prior felonies involving this very same victim. And it's not a stretch to say that, well, he's a yes, 4 out of 4 and a 2. This person, it's not a stretch to say this person may be facing mandatory incarceration if convicted. 35,000.
All right, thank you. I did note in the pretrial services report, it indicates Mr. Javier is on felony probation at this time, but doesn't show a hold. Does the jail show whether there is a hold right now for Mr. Javier?
We're not showing one, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Mr. Burke, go ahead.
Yes, so we are asking for release to pretrial services. The alleged victim in this matter was contacted by pretrial services. She has no objection to release and said that she is fine with contact. And Mr. Javier has been a lifelong resident of Tucson.
All right, thank you. Although the court did note the statement from the victim in the pretrial services report, this court is concerned about allegedly this being the same victim as the matter that Mr. Javier is on probation for, as well as I think a prior other conviction that's listed in the pretrial services report. The misdemeanor case is also against the alleged same victim. So the court does have concerns about all that. The court's going to impose a bond of $25,000 in this matter. It'll be cash or secured, released to pretrial services if the bond is posted. So absolutely no acts of domestic violence, no drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. Any monitoring treatment is directed by pretrial if that bond is posted or if you're released. No contact with the alleged victim. I know she's okay with contact, but the court is saying no contact. It's just best for everyone involved right now to have that space. Don't go back to the incident location, allegedly of where this happened. If you are released, sir, you're to contact your probation officer. Next court date on the felony case is August 11th at 1:30 p.m. for a preliminary hearing. That date may or may not go forward, so please keep in contact with your attorney. If you fail to appear for court, a warrant can issue for your arrest. And on your Tucson City Court matter, sir, for that one, I'm going to appoint you to the Tucson City Public Defender's Office. That one I will release you on your own promise to appear, so no hold on that case. Same condition of no contact with the alleged victim, Ms. Tabitha Romero. Don't go to her house or her workplace. No acts of domestic violence. Next court date will be August 6th, next week at 1:30 p.m. with Judge Millian in Tucson City Court. If you fail to appear for court, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Trial can go without you. If you're convicted at a trial in your absence but not able to be sentenced within 90 days due to warrant status, you may lose your right to a direct appeal. Do you understand the consequences of failing to show to court, Mr. Javier?
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm going to enter not guilty pleas on your behalf for the city court charges. You're excused for today, sir. Thank you.
Kavu?
All right, good morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Morning, my name is Kavu. Calling from Kavu.
All right, thank you, Mr. Kavu. This is a time set for initial appearance. I'm seeing you today on some new felony charges, theft of means of transportation and possession of drug paraphernalia. Also seeing you out of Tucson City Court for failure to appear on disorderly conduct and criminal trespass. All right, sir, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you on your felony case, and you have an attorney seated next to you for purpose of today. I'll be setting some release conditions for you, sir. I have reviewed the pretrial services report, the interim complaint. The state's written recommendation is a $15,000 bond. Mr. Poston, would the state like to be heard further?
State would note the defendant's rather substantial felony history. He's on felony probation, and the state is not certain at this point if there is a probation hold. That's inquire.
At the jail, can you all confirm whether or not there's a hold for Mr. Cavu for adult probation?
No. We're showing none, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Go ahead, Mr. Poston.
Honor, given all the factors, and he's a 6 out of 6 on felony probation, its recommendation of $15,000.
Thank you. Mr. Burke?
Yes, Your Honor. We are asking that he be released to pretrial services or a low bond is set. He does have ties to Arizona, been here for many years. His last ID says Casa Grande, 2023, but he reports he's been in Arizona for 23 years. And so we would ask that he either be released to pretrial or a lower bond be set.
Thank you. The court is concerned about the on probation status, looks like out of Pima County as well as Pinal County. Court's going to impose a bond of $10,000 on this case. It'll be
If I could have
yes, go ahead.
1 second. You have what Wednesday?
No probation. Same probation officer is Wednesday. All put together.
Oh, he's expressing that he has one PO that he's supposed to see on Wednesday. I guess to combine the probations.
That's why I'm not involved. I'm involved in it.
Understood. Thank you. So it looks like they are cases out of different counties, but one probation case officer. Okay.
Any PO is more to visit him in jail.
All right. The court does still believe that a bond is appropriate in this matter based on the allegations in the interim. Court's going to impose a bond of $10,000. It will be cash or secured, released to pretrial services if the bond is posted. So if you do post that bond or if you're released, conditions include do not drive without a valid driver's license, no drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. Any monitoring treatment is directed by pretrial, no contact with the alleged victim, the owner of the vehicle, not try to go find them or anything. If you are released, contact your probation officer upon your release. Next court date is August 11th at 1:30 p.m. for preliminary hearing. That date may or may not go forward, so please keep in contact with your attorney. All right, for your Tucson City Court matter, sir, that one, I am going to release you on your own promise to appear, so there's no bond on the Tucson City Court case. I will appoint you an attorney, Tucson City Public Defender's Office. For those conditions of release, sir, no contact with the alleged victim of the trespass. Don't go back to wherever the alleged incident occurred. Next court date is September 26th at 9 a.m. at the Tucson City Court. If you're out of custody by then, it's up to you to make sure you show up. If you're still in custody, you'll be notified of what's going on there. As you can see, when you fail to appear for court, a warrant can issue for your arrest. You understand all that, sir?
Yes.
All right, thank you, Mr. Cavu. Good luck to you.
And please. Cabo after, follow that side. Oh,
Morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Ismael Alejandro Ortiz.
Thank you, Mr. Ortiz. This is the time set for initial appearance. I'm seeing you today for some new felony charges, possession of narcotic drugs for sale. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you, and you have an attorney seated next to you for today. I'll be setting some release conditions for you, sir. I have reviewed the pretrial services report and the interim complaint. Looks like the state's written recommendation is an $80,000 bond, cash. Ms. Lochner, I also wanted to confirm, it does look like Mr. Ortiz is on release on another Pima County Superior Court case.
He is. We are just asking for the $80K cash bond today. And I did want to make a correction. I accidentally checked the box for having a juvenile record. That's not correct. But everything else is, and we do feel like that justifies an $80,000 bond.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Lochner. Mr. Burke?
Yes, we are asking that he be released to pretrial services. He reports he's a lifelong resident of Tucson. He's been living with his mom at East 30th Street in Tucson. So we would ask that he be released to pretrial services or a lower, more reasonable bond be set.
All right, thank you. State is asking for a high bond in lieu of a no bond. You see allegations in the interim. Looks like the pending charges are allegedly weapons related as well. State will impose a bond of $80,000 cash. If you do post that bond, sir, for your release, conditions include no drugs, no alcohol whatsoever, no weapons whatsoever. Any monitoring treatment is directed by pretrial services. Next court date is August 11th at 1:30 p.m. for preliminary hearing. That date may or may not go forward, so please keep in contact with your attorney. If you fail to appear for court, sir, whether it's that August 11th date or a future date, a warrant can issue for your arrest. You understand all that, Mr. Ortiz?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, sir. You're excused for today.
Ms. Williams?
All the way up.
All right, good morning, ma'am. Can I get your full name, please?
Andrea Renee Williams.
Thank you, Ms. Williams. This is the time set for initial appearance. I'm seeing you today on some new felony charges, organized retail theft using an artifice, and aggravated shoplifting. These are felonies. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. I'm going to appoint the Pima County Legal Defender's Office to represent you, ma'am, and you have an attorney seated next to you for purpose of today. I'll be setting some release conditions for you, from you, ma'am. I have reviewed the pretrial services report and the interim complaint. The state's written recommendation is a $5,000 bond. Mr. Poston, would the state like to be heard further?
The state priors for burglary, stolen goods. She's 5 out of 5 twice, 5 out of 6 twice over.
All right, thank you. Mr. Burke?
Yes, Your Honor. We are asking that she be released to pretrial services. This is a non-violent case. Often these cases are kind of glorified shoplifting cases, these organized retail theft. She has ties to Tucson, been living here for 25 years. That was verified by her mother, who said that she would be willing to take third-party custody of her.
All right, thank you. Ms. Williams, I am going to release you to pretrial services. So you're getting out of jail today. That does mean you have to keep in contact with pretrial as frequently as they ask you to. No drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. Don't go back to the alleged incident location, TJ Maxx. No contact with the business victim. Your next court date, ma'am, will be August 19th at 1:30 p.m. for a preliminary hearing. When you get released from jail, you get a piece of paper with all the information, the court dates, as well as the attorney's phone number. That date may or may not go forward, so please keep in contact with your attorney. If you fail to appear for court, ma'am, whether it's that August 19th or a future date, a warrant can issue for your arrest. You understand all that, Ms. Williams?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Thank you. You're excused for today, ma'am.
Yeah.
All right, I believe that's everyone.
Yes, John.
All right, thank you. Have a great day.
All right. My name is Commissioner Hughes. This is the 11 a.m. initial appearance calendar for Wednesday, July 30th. The court's orders for the taking of DNA samples and fingerprints issued on the first calendar of July will apply to the hearings on this calendar. Okay. As we get started in here, I will call each of you into the courtroom one at a time. I'm going to ask one of you to stand behind this gray podium here in front of me in the courtroom. I will then ask the next two people that I intend to call into the courtroom to line up in the two blue chairs right inside this door. So if you would please listen carefully for your name and move through the chairs into the courtroom, I would appreciate that greatly, and it will make this calendar run much faster. Once you work your way into the courtroom, I will start by asking you to state your full name and date of birth. After that, I'll explain to you why you're here. You have the right to the assistance of counsel in a criminal case. When you're in the courtroom, I will tell you whether you qualify for a court-appointed lawyer. Those lawyers are sometimes called public defenders. Whether or not you qualify for a public defender, you always have the right to hire private counsel to represent you if you wish to. When you're in the courtroom, I will also give you your next court hearing dates and times. Those will be the court hearings that you will be required to attend after this court hearing. The last thing we'll do while you're in here is talk about whether you are legally eligible for release from custody. If you are, we'll go over on what terms and conditions you could be released. Last thing before we get started, all of the information that you get while you're standing in the courtroom will be provided to you in a written document that you'll be handed when you're done in here and you step back into that room. So please don't feel like you need to memorize all the information we're going through in the courtroom, but please keep that paperwork with you because in that paperwork will be all the information you got in the courtroom. Okay, Ms. Sauer, are you appearing or just observing?
I am going
going to appear, Your Honor, on number 11.
Okay. Okay. Okay, can I please have DeAndre Harris all the way into the courtroom? Ariana Sanchez, if you would please work your way to the first chair right inside this door. Joseph Flores, if you would please take a seat in the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
DeAndre Montrez Harris, 10/27/1992.
Thank you very much, Mr. Harris. You are here on two different matters. The first matter that you're here on is a bench warrant issued by the Superior Court when you failed to appear at a status conference in an existing felony drug case. In that case, you already have a lawyer assigned to you. That lawyer will continue to represent you. Your next court hearing in that existing case will be a status conference August 5th at 8:30. On that warrant, you have a $500 secured appearance bond. The second matter that you're here on is an allegation of a new offense. That allegation is one count of narcotic drug possession, a class 4 felony. I did find probable cause to support that allegation. I did appoint a public defender to represent you.
Thank you.
Your next court hearings on that new allegation will be a status conference August 5th at 8:30, so that date will be the same as your hearing on the other case.
I see it.
You'll then have a preliminary hearing August 7th at 8:30. On the new allegation, because it is a felony offense alleged to have been committed while you were on pretrial release in that existing case, you're not eligible for release on bond. That means that you will stay in custody without bail on that new drug charge, at least until you have an evidentiary hearing. That hearing is scheduled for August 6th at 1:30. Because you will not be eligible for release on that new charge, at least until the 6th, you should wait until after that hearing before attempting to post your bond on the other case. Do you understand that information?
So I'm not getting released today?
Correct. You'll stay in custody at least until August 6th.
Oh my God.
Any other questions, Mr. Harris?
That'll be it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Don't forget your paperwork. Come out here, have a seat.
Okay, Ariana Sanchez, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Mr. Flores, if you'd please shift over to the first chair, and then Daniel Barnaby, if you'd please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Ariana Sanchez, 6/20/03.
Thank you very much, Ms. Sanchez. You are here on an allegation of a new charge. The allegation against you is one count of aggravated assault. It is a class 6 felony. I did find probable cause to support that allegation, and I've appointed a public defender to represent you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference August 5th and then a preliminary hearing August 7th. They will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On that allegation, you have a $30,000 secured appearance bond. If you post that bond and you are released from custody, you cannot return to the scene where the underlying alleged events took place. You cannot have contact with any alleged victims or witnesses. If you are released from custody, you are prohibited from possessing any weapons or consuming any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. And whether or not you are released from custody, you must strictly comply with the terms of any orders of protection if any have been or are later served upon you. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Sanchez. If you'll take your paperwork, you can head back to your left.
Thank you.
Just have a seat over here.
Joseph Flores, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Eduardo Chavez Cuadros, if you'd work your way to the second chair, please. Can I have your name and date of birth?
Joseph Flores, 8/18/81.
Thank you, Mr. Flores. You are here on two different matters. The first matter that you're here on is a warrant issued by the Graham County Superior Court. The allegations pending in that Graham County case are dangerous drug possession, drug paraphernalia possession, and it looks like two misconduct involving weapons allegations. They appear to all be felony offenses. I don't know whether or not Graham County has provided a lawyer for you in that case. If they have, that lawyer is likely still going to represent you. If that's not the case or you don't yet have a lawyer, I have determined that you're entitled to one, so a lawyer would be appointed for you at your next court hearing if you don't already have one. That hearing is going to be an arraignment hearing August 4th. It will be at 8:30 in the morning in the Graham County Superior Court. On that warrant, the Graham County judge has indicated you have a $25,000 cash-only bond. The second matter that you're here on is allegations of new offenses here in Maricopa County. Those allegations are 1 count of narcotic drug possession, 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession. Those 2 are alleged to be felony offenses. 1 count of resisting arrest and 1 count of driving on a suspended license. Those last 2 are alleged to be misdemeanor offenses. I did find probable cause to support those new offenses, and I've appointed a lawyer for you in that Maricopa County case. Your next court hearings here in Maricopa County will be a status conference August 5th and then a preliminary hearing August 7th. They will both be at 8:30 downtown. On the Maricopa County allegations, you have a $1,000 cash bond. So your total bond is $26,000. It is all cash. If you post that and you're released, you'll be responsible for getting yourself to all of your court hearings. You will also be prohibited from possessing any drugs without a valid prescription if you're released from custody. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Flores. If you don't have your paperwork, you can grab it. I think it's right there, and then head back to your list.
Go out there, have a seat.
Daniel Barnaby, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Diego Demarbo, if I've pronounced it correctly, if you'd please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
Daniel Andrew Barnaby, 8/27/1984.
Thank you, Mr. Barnaby. Okay, you are here on 3 different matters. The first matter I want to talk about is a grand jury warrant. In that case, a state grand jury was convened and found probable cause to return an indictment against you. The allegations in that grand jury warrant are 1 count of conspiracy, 2 counts of narcotic drug possession for transportation or sale. Those 3 allegations are all class 2 felonies. 1 count of illegally conducting an enterprise, a class 3 felony, and 1 count of money laundering, also a class 3 felony. I did appoint a lawyer to represent you in that grand jury case. Your next hearing in that matter will be August 6th at 8:30. It will be an arraignment hearing downtown. On the grand jury warrant, you have a $15,000 cash-only bond. The second matter you're here on is an allegation that the charges in that grand jury indictment violated term 1 of your probation. I've appointed a lawyer for you in the probation matter. Your next hearing in that matter will be August 6th at 8:30. It'll be a probation revocation arraignment downtown. So the good news is you only have 1 hearing date and time for those 2 cases. On the probation matter, you have a $500 cash bond. So your total bond for those 2 cases will be $15,500. The last matter you're here on is an allegation of a new offense. That allegation is 1 count of dangerous drug possession. It's class 4 felony, but I did not find probable cause to support that new allegation. My finding of no probable cause does not mean it is legally dismissed. It is possible that the county attorney's office will file formal charges on that allegation. But what my finding of no probable cause does mean is that I'm not imposing any additional release requirements on that new allegation. I am going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. If the county attorney files charges, you are entitled to a court-appointed lawyer to defend you. So I've appointed one in the event that happens. I'm also going to give you court hearing dates for that new drug allegation. So you'll have to attend a status conference August 14th at 8:30 downtown. Depending on what happens on the 14th, you might then also have to go back on the 18th. I will tell you, Mr. Barnaby, if no charges are filed, the court will tell you that when you go on August 14th. They will likely say nothing's been filed, you're free to go, you don't have to come back on the 18th. But if the county attorney files charges on this new allegation and you don't go to court on the 14th, that court's going to issue a warrant for your arrest, which would mean at some point you would be picked up on that warrant and you have to come back here and do all of this over again until you get to court. So make sure you go to court on the 14th, even though you don't have release restrictions on that new allegation.
And that's being said while I'll be in custody, right?
Well, so the first hearing on that new allegation is going to be the 14th. Your hearings on the other 2 cases are the 6th. So assuming you get out of custody on the 6th, assuming you don't post the bond and you stay in custody, you get transported to court on the 6th, it is possible you will get out of custody that day, then you would go to court on the 14th. If you don't get out of custody on the 6th and it looks like you're still going to be in custody on the 14th, what I would encourage you to do is talk to your lawyer, talk to the lawyer that is going to be present to represent you when you go to court on the 6th. Tell that lawyer, hey, when I was arrested on this, there was a new allegation. The court I saw didn't find probable cause, but I have a court date on the 14th. So if it looks like you're still going to be in custody, hopefully that lawyer will take that new case too and then can help you figure out either how to get to court or how to change that court date so that it can all get resolved while you're in custody if you're not out.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions?
Okay, so you said that count one on the grand jury indictment violated my probation?
All of them. So the alleged probation violation is that the charges in the grand jury indictment violated term 1 of your probation.
So I'm confused on that because I was on active probation, communicating with them, coming to see, paying fines, and the detectives, when they picked me up on this, said that this warrant was outstanding since December. So how can I be on active probation and have an outstanding warrant at the same time? First. Second, the case from the grand jury indictment, the incident happened in August. My probation activated in October. The grand jury, I guess, returned in December. So I'm confused on how that violates my probation if I didn't do it while I was on probation.
Talk to your lawyer. Those are all great questions for your lawyer.
Okay.
Okay, anything else for me about your release conditions?
So basically, I'm still non-bondable because the probation violation, right?
You're
On the new one.
bondable. You're bondable. So if you post a $15,500 bond, you would be released from custody.
Cash only?
It's cash only, yeah.
We can't move it to security penalty.
I cannot because I'm not the one that set that bond. That bond was set in the grand jury proceedings.
So the next court date, they could be able to have some movement on that?
Potentially.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. You can step back to your left.
Have a seat over there.
Eduardo Chavez Cuadros, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Joey Trevino, if you'd please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
My name is Eduardo Chavez Cuadros. Date of birth is June 28, 1999.
Thank you very much. You are here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are 1 count of aggravated assault, a class 3 felony, 1 count of dangerous drug possession, 1 count of narcotic drug possession, those are both class 4 felonies, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a class 6 felony. I did find probable cause to support those allegations, and I've appointed the public defender's office to represent you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference August 5th and then a preliminary hearing August 7th. They will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On these allegations, you have a $10,000 secured appearance bond. If you post that and you are released from custody, you cannot have any contact with the alleged victim of the underlying aggravated assault allegation. You also cannot possess any weapons or consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. And whether or not you're released from custody, you are ordered to strictly comply with the terms of any orders of protection that have been or might later be served upon you. Do you understand those conditions?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir. You can step back to your left, grab your paperwork on your way. Diego Demarbo, if you'd work your way into the courtroom, please. Christina Rodriguez, if you would work your way to the second chair. Officer, my clerk is trying to get your attention.
Oh, okay. I was looking for it.
Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
Diego Mendoza Demabrix, August 27, 2003.
Say your last name. It's pronounced Demarbrix?
Demabrix.
I'm not going to get that. Okay. Thank you very much. And tell me your date of birth one more time, please.
August 27, 2003.
Thank you. Okay, you are here on a probation violation warrant. A petition to revoke your probation alleges that you have violated terms 3, 5, and 15. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you in the probation proceedings. Your next court hearing will be a revocation arraignment August 6th at 8:30 in the probation court downtown. On that warrant, you have a $5,000 secured appearance bond. If you post that and you are released, you are ordered not to possess any weapons or consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much. If you'll take your paperwork, you can head back to your left. Joey Trevino, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Marlon Howard, if you'd please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
Joey Trevino, 32279.
Thank you, Mr. Trevino. You are here on 2 different matters. The first is allegations of new charges. Those allegations are 1 count of unlawful flight from a law enforcement vehicle. That's a class 5 felony.
Right.
1 count of reckless driving and 1 count of driving on a suspended license. Those last 2 are class 1 misdemeanors.
Okay.
I did find probable cause to support those new allegations, and I've appointed the public defender's office to represent you.
Okay.
Your next court hearings on those new allegations will be a status conference August 5th and then a preliminary hearing the 7th, both at 8:30 downtown. On the new allegations, you have a $5,000 secured appearance bond. You are also here on an allegation that those new charges violated term 1 of your probation.
All right.
I've appointed a public defender for you in the probation case. Your next hearing in that matter will be a revocation arraignment August 6th. It'll be at 8:30 downtown. On the probation matter, you have a $500 secured appearance bond.
Okay.
So your total bond is $5,500. If you post that and you're released from custody, you cannot possess any weapons or consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. And if it is the case that you don't have a valid driver's license, you cannot operate a motor vehicle.
Correct.
Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, but the secure was it 5,000
It's $5,500 total.
and it's cash out. What would that be?
It's secured appearance. So you could use a bonding company. My general understanding is that bonding companies typically require a minimum of 10% down. So that would be $550.
Okay.
But you should find a list of bonding companies when you get back into the jail and call them. That's my general understanding of what they would require, but they could give you specifically what they would require in your case.
Yes. Thank you for the bonds. I appreciate that. I mean,
Any questions about your release conditions?
no, everything's. I had no warrants. I should just pull over and just.
Okay, you shouldn't say anything because you don't have a lawyer here, and anything you say could be used against you.
No,
So
that's fine,
go ahead
that's
and take your paperwork. You can head back to your left. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Christina Rodriguez, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Antoinette Perez, if you would please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Christina Rodriguez, 1/13/1989.
Say the year of your date of birth one more time, please.
1989.
Thank you very much, Ms. Rodriguez. You are here on 2 different matters. The first is an allegation of a new charge. That allegation is 1 count of using an artifice with the intent to shoplift. It is a class 4 felony. I did find probable cause to support that allegation, and I appointed the public defender's office to represent you. Your next court hearings on that allegation will be a status conference August 5th and then a preliminary hearing August 7th. They'll both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On that new allegation, you have a $2,500 secured appearance bond. The second matter you're here on is an allegation that the new charge violated term 1 of your probation. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you in that probation case as well. Your next hearing in that matter will be a revocation arraignment August 6th at 8:30, also in the Superior Court downtown. On the probation matter, you have a $250 secured appearance bond. That means your total bond will be $2,750. It is all secured appearance. If you post that and you are released, you cannot return to the scene where the alleged new shoplifting offense took place. You also cannot possess any weapons or drugs without a valid prescription if you are released. Do you understand those conditions?
So, I'm not being released today, or?
Not unless you post that bond.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No.
All right, thank you very much. You can step back and get your paperwork. Marlon Howard, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Courtney Brightman, if you'd please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Marlon Jermaine Howard, 12/23/1972.
Thank you very much, Mr. Howard. You are here on an allegation of a new charge. That allegation is 1 count of criminal trespassing. It is a class 6 felony. I did find probable cause to support that allegation, and I've appointed a public defender to represent you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference August 5th and then a preliminary hearing August 7th. They will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On that allegation, you have a $1,500 secured appearance bond. If you post that and you are released from custody, you cannot return.
Are you okay? Got a man down. JP Court. Get up, man.
What is wrong with you? Get up. Get up.
I'm sorry, man.
Disregard that last call. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
I'm alcoholic. They gave you some memory of.
10-4, go for it.
You okay, sir?
Stand up straight.
You can use the podium to support yourself there. If you post that bond and you're released from custody, you can't go back to where you were allegedly trespassing. Do you understand that?
There's no way I could get out. Did you read the police report? Because
I did, yeah. So in order to get out of custody, you will have to post that bond. Go ahead and step back to your left, please, Mr. Howard.
Oh my God.
Can you walk straight? You gonna be able to walk straight?
He doesn't have his paperwork, officer. Miss, are you okay? Okay.
Here. He's on processing.
It's 1,500, actually, Mr. Howard. Okay, Antoinette Perez, if you would come into the courtroom, please. Sabriana Hull, if you would please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth?
Antoinette Perez, 9583.
Thank you, Ms. Perez. You are here on a probation violation warrant. A petition to revoke your probation has been filed. It alleges that you have violated Term 5. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you in the probation proceedings. Your next court hearing will be a revocation arraignment hearing August 6th at 8:30 in the probation court downtown. On that warrant, you have a $250 secured appearance bond. If you post that and you are released, you cannot possess any weapons or any drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Perez. If you'll take your paperwork, you can head back to your left.
So I just need 250?
Yes, that's right.
Thank you.
Courtney Brightman, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Eric Valero, if you'd please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Courtney Brightman, 9893.
Thank you, Ms. Brightman. You are here on 4 probation violation warrants. In all 4 cases, petitions to revoke your probation allege that you have violated Terms 3 and 5. I have appointed a lawyer to represent you in all 4 cases. Your next court hearing will be a probation revocation arraignment hearing. It will be August 6th at 8:30. On each of these 4 warrants, you have a $250 secured appearance bond. That means your total bond will be $1,000. It is all secured appearance. If you post that and you are released, you cannot possess any weapons or any drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Brightman. If you'll take your paperwork, you can head back to your left. Sabriana Hull, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Kelly Struyek, if you'd work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Sabrina Hull, May 8th, 1990.
Thank you very much, Ms. Hull. You are here on a probation violation warrant. A petition to revoke your probation alleges that you have violated Terms 3, 4, 5, and 7. I did appoint a lawyer to represent you in the probation proceedings. Your next court hearing will be a revocation arraignment August 6th. It will be at 8:30 in the probation court downtown. On that warrant, you have a $250 secured appearance bond. If you post that and you're released, you cannot possess any weapons or any drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, but if I don't get bonded out, when will I get out?
I don't know. If you don't get bonded out, you'll be transported to your next court hearing downtown on August 6th. What will happen after that will be up to the judge that you see on that day.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. You can go ahead and step back to your left.
Okay.
Eric Valero, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Jose Gallardo, if you'd work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
Eric Scott Valero, 12/31/1969.
Thank you, Mr. Valero. You are here on an allegation of a new charge. That allegation is 1 count of criminal trespassing in a residential structure. It is a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause to support that allegation, and I appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference August 14th and then a preliminary hearing August 18th. They will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On this allegation, I am inclined to release you to the supervision of pretrial services. That means you would be released from custody without having to post a bond. Upon release, you would be responsible for getting yourself to both of your next court hearings. You would also be responsible for contacting pretrial services once you're out of custody. Their contact information will be provided to you in a packet that you get with your release paperwork. Upon release, you would also be ordered not to return to the scene where the underlying trespassing allegation took place, not to have contact with any alleged co-defendants, and not to contact the complainant or person that reported that allegation. Do you understand all of those conditions, and do you agree that you'll abide by them if you're released?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Valero. If you don't have your paperwork, if you'll grab it before you head back to your left.
Thank you. 7C will grab it too.
Kelly Struyek, if you would please work your way into the courtroom.
Hello.
Lisa De Leon, if you'd work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Kelly Juliana Strike, 22781.
Thank you very much. It's Strike?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dutch Indonesian.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Strike. You are here on an arrest warrant that was issued after a direct complaint was filed. A direct complaint is a written document that alleges new allegations against you. The allegations in that direct complaint are 4 counts of trafficking in stolen property, all Class 2 felonies, and 1 count of theft, a Class 3 felony. The direct complaint alleges that those offenses were committed between September and November of 2023. I did appoint a lawyer to represent you against those allegations. Your next court hearings will be a status conference August 14th and then a preliminary hearing August 18th. They will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown.
Okay.
I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance, which means you would be released from custody. You would then be responsible for getting yourself to both of your next court hearings. Upon release, you would be ordered not to have contact with any alleged victims or witnesses of the underlying allegations, if there are any and you know who they are. You also cannot possess any drugs without a valid prescription upon release.
Absolutely.
Okay, do you understand those conditions, and do you agree that you'll abide by them if you're released without a bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Strike. You can step back.
Thank you.
Jose Gallardo, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Matthew Valdivia, if you'd work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
Jose Antonio Gallardo, 3/17/1986.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gallardo. You are here on 2 different matters. The first matter that you're here on is allegations of new offenses. Those allegations are 1 count of dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of interference with judicial proceedings. That's a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause to support the dangerous drug allegation. I did not find probable cause to support the misdemeanor interference allegation. My finding of no probable cause doesn't mean it's dismissed. It is still possible that a charge will be filed on that, but I am not considering that allegation for purposes of determining your release conditions here this morning. The second matter that you're here on is an allegation that the new drug charge supported by probable cause is a violation of Term 1 of your probation. I did appoint a lawyer to represent you in both the new case and the probation case. Your next court hearings in that new case will be a status conference August 14th and then a preliminary hearing August 18th. They will be at 8:30 downtown. Your next court hearing in the probation matter will be a revocation arraignment August 6th at 8:30 downtown. On both of these matters, I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance. That means you would be released, still pending supervision of your assigned probation officer, though. Upon release, you would be ordered not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription or any weapons. You would also be strictly ordered to comply with the terms of any orders of protection or orders against harassment, if any have been or are later served upon you.
Okay.
Do you understand those conditions, Mr. Gallardo, and do you agree that you'll abide by them?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Go ahead.
I have 3 court dates. Is that what
You have 3 court dates, yes. Your probation court date is August 6th. Your court dates on the new allegation are August 14th and August 18th. In your release paperwork, you're going to have date, time, address, and phone number for all of those courts. Anything else?
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. You can step back.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Lisa De Leon, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Caitlin Beers, if you would please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Lisa De Leon, 5894.
Thank you, Ms. De Leon. You are here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are 1 count of narcotic drug possession, that's a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, which is a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause to support those allegations, and I've appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference August 14th and then a preliminary hearing August 18th. They will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance, which means you would be released from custody. You would then be responsible for getting yourself to both of your next court hearings, and then upon release, you would be prohibited from possessing any drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions, and do you agree that you'll abide by them if you're released?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Ms. De Leon. You can step back and get your paperwork. Matthew Valdivia, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Dominic McKinney, if you please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
Matthew Valdivia, August 9th, 1997.
Thank you very much. You are here on 3 different matters. The first matter that you're here on is allegations of new felony offenses. Those allegations are 1 count of narcotic drug possession, it's a Class 4 felony, 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause to support those new allegations, and I appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Your next court hearings on those new allegations will be a status conference August 14th and then a preliminary hearing August 18th. They will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. The other 2 matters you're here on are both warrants issued in misdemeanor matters. The first one was issued by the Goodyear Municipal Court in a misdemeanor driving under the influence case. In that Goodyear DUI case, I am not making any orders regarding your entitlement to counsel. Not because I'm determining you're not entitled to counsel, just that those orders need to come from the Goodyear judge. So if you have not yet been appointed a lawyer in that case, but you think you're entitled to one, please make sure you bring that up with the Goodyear judge at your next hearing. Your next hearing in that case will be an arraignment hearing August 13th. It'll be at 1 o'clock in the Goodyear Municipal Court. The last warrant you're here on is a failure to appear warrant issued by the Arcadia Biltmore Justice Court. The allegation in that case is a misdemeanor driving on a suspended license allegation. In that matter, based on the nature of the charge, you're not entitled to a court-appointed lawyer. So for the Arcadia Biltmore matter, if you don't have a lawyer but you want one, you'll have to hire one at your own expense.
Yeah.
Your next court hearing on that Arcadia matter will be an arraignment hearing August 13th at 1 o'clock. Okay, I do intend to release you on your own recognizance in all of these matters, but here's practically what that means for you. So it's going to mean that you're going to be responsible to get yourself to all of your next court hearings. So your Superior Court hearings are the 14th and the 18th. Your hearings in both of those misdemeanor cases are the same, but they're in 2 different courts. I don't have control over those court dates. They're system generated. So what I will encourage you to do is, upon release from custody, use the phone numbers in your release paperwork to contact one or both of those misdemeanor courts, Arcadia, Biltmore, and Goodyear. Explain to them that you're scheduled to be in 2 courts at the same date and time. See if one of those courts will move that hearing date and time so that you can be there, because I understand you can't physically be present in 2 places. But if you don't do anything and you just go to one, you're going to pick up a warrant in the other one.
Yeah.
So please make sure you reach out to one or both of those courts and see if one of them will move your hearing so that you're physically able to attend all of them.
Yes.
Okay, once you're out of custody, you cannot possess or consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription, and you can't operate a motor vehicle if you in fact do not have a valid driver's license. Any questions about your release conditions?
No.
Okay, thank you very much. You can step back and get your paperwork. Caitlin Beers, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Ernesto Gonzalez Barba, if you'd work your way to the second chair, please. Can I have your name and date of birth?
Caitlin Beers, January 20th, 2000.
Thank you, Ms. Beers. You are here on 2 different matters. The first one is a warrant issued by the Wickenburg Municipal Court in a misdemeanor drug paraphernalia possession case. Because that's a misdemeanor allegation, you're not entitled to a court-appointed lawyer. So if you don't have a lawyer working with you in that Wickenburg case, but you want one, you will have to hire a lawyer to represent you. Your next court hearing in that case will be an arraignment hearing August 13th at 9 o'clock in the morning in the Wickenburg Municipal Court. The second matter that you're here on is an allegation of a new offense. That allegation is a new drug paraphernalia possession allegation. It is a misdemeanor offense. Again, on that one, because it's a misdemeanor, you don't get a court-appointed lawyer. So if you want a lawyer in that case as well, you would also have to hire one in that matter. Your next hearing on the new allegation will be an arraignment hearing August 19th. That one's going to be at 9 o'clock in the morning in the Peoria Municipal Court. On both of these matters, I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance. That would mean you would be responsible for getting yourself to both of those court hearings. And upon release, you would be prohibited from possessing any drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Beers. You can work your way to your left and get your paperwork. Dominic McKinney, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Wilfred Brown, if you'd please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
Dominic Lynn McKinney, 0614-1985.
Thank you, Mr. McKinney. You are here on an allegation of a new charge. The allegation against you is one count of narcotic drug possession. It is a class 4 felony. I did not find probable cause to support that allegation. My finding of no probable cause does not mean that allegation is dismissed. It is possible that the county attorney's office will file charges on that allegation. But my finding of no probable cause means that at least as to this allegation, you will not be held, you will be released from custody. I did appoint a lawyer to represent you because you're entitled to one in the event charges are filed. I'm also going to give you court hearings that you have to attend. So you will have to attend a status conference on August 14th at 8:30 downtown. Depending on what happens on the 14th, you might then have to go back the 18th for a preliminary hearing. If the county attorney's office does not file charges, when you go to court on the 14th, you'll find that out. The court will tell you nothing's been filed. If the county attorney's office does file charges and you don't go to court on the 14th, that judge will issue a warrant for your arrest. So please make sure that you are in court on the 14th at 8:30, but here today you will be released from custody.
Yes, ma'am.
On this allegation. It looks like you might have a DOC hold, but you will not be held on this matter. Okay, any questions regarding any of that information?
Yes, what's the DLC thing situation?
I don't know. We don't hear DOC things, so all I have is a note in the file that says you may have a DOC parole violation hold. So that you can ask MCSO about that.
Okay.
DOC parole holds are not something seen in our court. So I'm just looking at the MCSO booking note.
No, I know that. It's just because I asked them earlier and they wasn't giving me no situation because I was really actually supposed to.
It may have been because they wanted you to come through here first to see what was going to happen. I don't know. But you can ask them when you get back there too. Say, hey, I just saw the judge. I'm not being held on my new violation. What's going on with the DOC situation? And they might be able to give you more information.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Ernesto Gonzalez Barba, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Masai Lee, if you'd work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
Ernesto Gonzalez Barba, April 17, 2001.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez Barba. Okay, you are here on allegations of new offenses. The allegations against you are one count of narcotic drug possession, a class 4 felony, and one count of drug paraphernalia possession, a class 6 felony. I did not find probable cause to support those allegations. That does not mean that they are legally dismissed. It is possible that the county attorney's office will file charges on those, but for purposes of this hearing here today, you will not be held in custody. You will have no release restrictions except for one, and that's that you go to court hearings.
Okay.
So you will have a court hearing on August 14th at 8:30. Depending on what happens at that hearing, you might then have to go back August 18th at 8:30. I did appoint a lawyer to represent you because I determined you were entitled to one. So if charges are filed when you get to court on the 14th, there will be a public defender present to represent you.
Okay.
If charges are filed and you don't go to court on August 14th, the judge that calls your case on the 14th will issue a warrant for your arrest. So you will get out of custody here today on these new allegations, but please make sure that you go to court downtown on August 14th at 8:30. Do you understand that information?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Gonzalez-Barba. You can step back to your left. Wilfred Brown, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
Wilfred Brown, 9/8/1980.
Thank you very much, Mr. Brown. Okay, I am seeing you here today on a warrant issued by the Gila River Indian community. For purposes of this hearing, that warrant is treated as though it was issued by an out-of-state entity. So what that means is the Gila River community confirmed with us that is a valid warrant, and they have indicated that they're willing to extradite you, which means they want to come here and take you back to stand for whatever charges you're facing in Gila River.
All right.
Okay, because you're being seen on what we consider an out-of-state warrant, your hearing's going to look a little bit different than everybody else that has already gone. I'm going to give you two different choices. You can pick one of two options. I will give you an opportunity to ask whatever questions you might have about the two options, but at the end of your hearing, I'm going to ask which option you want to pick. Okay, before court, did you get a big card of information to review?
Yes, I did, Your
And
Honor.
did you read through that?
Yes, I did.
Okay. As I indicated, you will have a choice to make here at this hearing. You can choose to waive your right to an extradition hearing here in the Superior Court and agree to go back to the Gila River Indian community within 30 days, or you can demand to have an extradition hearing held in the Superior Court and demand that warrants are signed by the governor of Arizona and the governor equivalent of the Gila River Indian community. If you pick that first option and you waive your right to an extradition hearing here in the Superior Court, you are in essence agreeing that Gila River authorities can come here and take you back. If you pick that option, you will stay in custody here in a Maricopa County facility for up to 30 days to allow Gila River authorities an opportunity to come get you. You would not be eligible for release on bond within that 30-day time period if you pick the first option. If you don't pick that first option, the second option is you can demand to have an extradition hearing held here in the Superior Court. That hearing would be August 11th at 1:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On the Gila River warrant, you are bond eligible if you pick the second option. Your bond would be set at $25,000 secured appearance. If you picked option 2 and you posted that bond, you would be eligible for release from custody, but required to get yourself to your extradition hearing. If you picked the second option and did not or could not post that bond, you would stay in custody. If you pick the second option, governor's warrants are then sought by both Arizona and Gila River. Once each governor signs the warrant, that's what will obligate Maricopa County to release you to Gila River and would authorize Gila River to come to Maricopa County and take you back. The process of getting a governor's warrant could take up to 90 days, but if you pick option 2, in that 90-day time period, you remain bond eligible the whole time. Do you understand the two different choices?
Yes.
Do you have questions about either choice?
I just want to get it over with. I want to go back right now.
So you want to waive your right?
Yeah, I want to go back as soon as possible.
Okay,
Get it over
so
with.
it sounds like you want to waive your right to an extradition hearing. I will accept your waiver, but I need to ask you some questions. The only thing that I ask when I ask you these questions is that you answer them out loud as opposed to shaking or nodding your head.
Right.
Okay, first question. I know you already answered this, but if you would indulge me, please, and answer it again. Did you read the information on that extradition card?
Yes, I did.
Do you understand you do not have to sign a waiver of extradition?
Yes, I've seen that.
Do you understand you have the right to pick option 2 and demand an extradition hearing?
Yes, I've seen that.
Do you understand you have the right? Oh, I didn't tell you this, so let's talk about this. If you pick option 2 and you have an extradition hearing, you have the right to hire a lawyer to represent you in the extradition proceedings. So do you understand that you would be able to hire a lawyer if you picked option 2 and had a hearing?
Oh, yeah, I understand that.
Okay.
I just want to get it over with. I want to
Okay.
go back.
Do you understand you have the right in option 2 to demand that the governors of both Arizona and the Gila River Indian community sign a warrant before you could be involuntarily returned?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you understand that if you picked option 2, you would be bond eligible?
I don't care about the bond. I just want to go back.
Okay, but do you understand that you
Yes,
could have
I
a
do.
bond? Okay. And I know your answer to this is yes, but do you wish to give up those rights and sign the waiver of extradition paperwork?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Has anybody threatened you or promised you anything in exchange for your signature on the waiver?
No.
Have you had any drugs, alcohol, or medication in the last 24 hours that might affect your ability to waive a legal right?
No.
Okay, then I will find that you are knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily signing the signing the waiver of extradition paperwork. I will also sign that paperwork. Once we both sign, I will notify MCSO to tell Gila River that you're ready to return. They will have 30 days starting tomorrow to come get you. Unless you have charges pending in non-Gila River, Arizona courts, then they will have 30 days after any local charges are resolved.
All right.
Okay, any final questions for me before I ask you to sign?
No, it's just what happens after the 30 days is up.
If they don't come get you within 30 days, you would be released.
Okay.
Okay, all right, unlike everybody else, if you would please work your way to your right, I do need you to actually sign that waiver.
Your Honor, once you receive the paperwork, I'll clear the court.
Thank you very much.
Well,
One more signature.
I'm the executive lieutenant for the jail. You good, Your Honor?
I just need him to be taken out. Then I'm
Oh, okay. Did you get your paperwork, sir?
She's probably printing it right now.
The paperwork first, and now I do like, okay? When you're there, hold on a second. That was damage.
Sorry, Mr. Brown, we just wanted to make sure you got all your steps in today. Yes, thank you. Thank you, officer. Oh, if you would please leave our mic. That's okay. Mr. Lee, if you would work your way into the courtroom, please. Okay, can I please have your name and date of birth?
Masai Lee, October 31st, 2003.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lee. An appearance of counsel for the state, please.
Thank you, Dawn Tower, on behalf of the state.
Thank you, Ms. Sauer. Thank you for being here, and I apologize for the wait. Thank you for your patience.
No worries.
Okay, Mr. Lee, you are here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are 7 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor and 9 counts of sexual conduct with a minor. They are all Class 2 felonies. Based on my review of the factual allegations in this case provided to me by law enforcement, I am inclined to find probable cause to support those allegations. Before I do that, Ms. Sauer, anything the state wishes me to consider in regards to probable cause?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Then I have found probable cause to support those allegations. I have determined that you're entitled to a court-appointed lawyer, so I've appointed a public defender to represent you. Your next court hearings on these allegations will be a status conference August 5th, and then you will have a preliminary hearing August 7th. They will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. Before I consider or impose any release conditions, I am going to ask the state to present their recommendation regarding what conditions I should impose. After I do that, Mr. Lee, I will give you an opportunity to address the court regarding release conditions. I will encourage you to keep any remarks that you wish to make limited to responding to what the state asks in regards to release conditions. The reason I say that is I have appointed a lawyer for you, but you can see that lawyer's not here in the courtroom. The state's lawyer is. Anything that you say in this hearing could be used against you at some point down the line. So I'm not saying this to convince you not to make any statements. I'm not saying this to scare or intimidate you. I just want you to understand that you will have an opportunity to respond to what the state says, but I just encourage you very strongly to narrowly tailor your comments and to try to avoid making any comments about the underlying facts until you have a lawyer present to talk to before you make any statements that could be used against you. Okay, Ms. Sauer, I am ready. If you would please give me the state's argument recommendation regarding release.
Thank you. The state is requesting a high cash bond in the amount of $250,000. In addition, if posted, no contact with any minors whatsoever, including the victim, and no internet access except for work and school and electronic monitoring. The state is concerned about the severity of the allegations, the multiple counts, 7 different videos that the defendant created himself, including sexual abuse, that illustrated sexual abuse of a child that was with the defendant, a very young child, less than 1 year old, who was his own nephew. The state is also concerned that he was entrusted with this victim and abused that trust, and that these videos, it is indicated in the Form 4, are now being distributed around the world and show the face of the victim.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Sauer. Okay, Mr. Lee, the state has asked that I hold you on a $250,000 cash bond and that I impose an electronic monitor if that's posted. They've also asked me to impose a no victim contact order and to order you not to have contact with any other minors and not to use the internet. Before I make any official rulings regarding your release conditions, would you like to address the court in regards to your release conditions?
No.
Okay. All right, Mr. Lee, I am persuaded by the state's arguments that the nature of these allegations are very severe. Not only do we have a minor victim in this case alleged to have been under the age of 1, but we also have allegations that the created content in this is now being traded amongst the internet worldwide. Based on those factual allegations and also a substantial body of research into these types of crimes and their dangerousness to the community, I am persuaded that a substantial cash bond is appropriate in this case. I'm going to order a $150,000 cash-only bond. Mr. Lee, if you post that bond, Arizona law does require that you be affixed with an electronic monitor prior to release. So if that bond is posted, you will meet with a representative from pretrial services. They will install an ankle monitor on you before you exit the facility. If you are released from custody, you cannot have contact in any fashion with the alleged victim of these allegations. You also can't have contact with any other minors. I am going to order that you not access the internet. I am not going to make any exceptions because the information available to me indicates that you are not currently in school or employed. So I don't think that it's necessary to impose a school or work exception. Do you disagree?
No.
Okay, then I will prohibit you from accessing the internet. If you are released from custody, you will also be ordered not to possess or consume any drugs without a valid prescription. Okay, Ms. Sauer, anything else I need to address in this matter?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Lee, do you understand your release conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions for me before I excuse you?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you very much then. If you will step back to your left, they should have your paperwork for you and you can head back that way. Okay, Ms. Sauer, you are free to be excused if you wish to be. You have one more matter, so I'm not sure I saved you that much time, but again, thank you for your patience. Okay. Number 3 on the calendar, Nicole Foote, date of birth 9/24/81, is not in the courtroom because she was unable to function in general population due to combative behavior. She is here on allegations of new offenses. Those allegations are 1 count of disorderly conduct, 1 count of criminal damage, 1 count of assault. They are all class 1 misdemeanors. I did find probable cause to support those allegations. Because they are misdemeanors, she's not entitled to a court-appointed lawyer. Her next court hearing will be an arraignment hearing August 19th at 9 o'clock in the morning in the Peoria Municipal Court, and I do intend to release her on her own recognizance. If anything changes after I visit her cell side, the court's final orders regarding her release conditions will be reflected in her written release order. That concludes the 11 a.m. initial appearance calendar. This court will stand in recess until 2 p.m.